So what he's basically doing is taking a chord progression and improvising on it, which is really great and apropos to what we're working on. This one's a little bit of a funny chord progression, but you'll get it anyway. And that all just happens to be seventh chords. Woo! Isn't that serendipitous? So the basic bass line is he's going to go A, B flat, F, G. Remember, 4 chords like we were talking about. This is a good pop chord progression. Even though it's not really a pop song, it's that type of formula. It's a very common type of a formula. Formulas are good, by the way. So, the chords that he's playing, well, let's play the melody first, actually. His little... Basically, right? And he kind of messes around. He's going to move, he's going to play all these notes. This is your basic scale is going to be like a C major scale, except when you go to the B flat. There's no... B doesn't work with B flat, or at least it's very dissonant. And that's part of what's so cool about this particular melody and chord progression, is it starts... So he comes from this note immediately to a really tense note from this note, which, like, it kind of brings you... It's hard to explain, but, like, instead of going... He doesn't want to do that. Right? But it's sort of like... It's like being outside and then getting inside just in time, if that makes sense. Because this is fine. Sounds like Julie Andrews. No? But it takes more skill to kind of go like the door just closed, and you just barely made it inside, kind of a thing. So then he's going to expound upon that. You're going to have basically what the harmony is. He's not playing all these notes in the harmony, but I'm going to give you all the notes in the harmony just so you know them, and it'll help to shape your melody. You have an A minor 7, okay? So that means A minor triad, which you know, and then you add a minor 7, which, again, here's your octave, here's your major 7, 1 note down, here's your minor 7, minor or flat or dominant 7. It's called all 3 of those things. But you have your minor triad, flat 7. That's the chord. And he's actually, either he's just playing roots, which is the 1 note, or he's playing the root with the 7. It's a very common pianistic thing to do. More common in jazz than this. Then he's going to go B flat major 7. So you have B flat major, here's your octave, 1 note down is your major 7. So B flat major 7. Then we're going to go to F major 7. So F major triad, here's your F octave, down a note is your major 7. F major 7. And then finally, he's probably thinking that. Yeah. So G minor 7. He doesn't actually explicitly play this, but I think this sounds about right. You have a G minor triad with a minor 7. So here's your G octave, major 7, flat 7, or minor 7, G minor 7. So, yeah, you can do a couple of things. What he does first is sort of states this theme, but he never really actually comes back to it. And then after that, he's going to start playing these. And you can just kind of improvise. there's two B's happening here. You have a B and a B flat. And when you use those, this is a good opportunity for you to just kind of use your ear, come up with some melodies that sound good to you. And like. The other thing he does is he plays everything down an octave, not sevenths, because they get crazy muddy, but he'll do octaves. Same progression. So your scale is basically, it's like a C major scale, sometimes with a C major scale, but then when it goes to the B flat, you're going to have a B flat. Remember, things should agree if you want them to be not. Sometimes you want that, so you have to figure out how to make it disagree. It's a pretty easy way to make it disagree. Play two different Bs. But when you want it not to sound like that, you're going to play a B flat, right? In other words, all these chords here, your A minor 7, your F major 7, and your G, we're not sure if it's major or minor. We're thinking it's minor, but on these two chords, A and F, there's no B, so you can kind of play a B natural if you want. Sounds fine. But when we go to our B flat, you definitely want to have that B flat. And G minor, definitely want to not do this. Unless you want this sound. Sometimes you want that sound. So if I was going to improvise. On the F too, you can use the B flat. So I mean, you could. I'm just trying to explain options to you. For the A minor, you could just use the B natural exclusively on A minor. That's probably the easiest thing to do. And then it makes the A minor like its own special little spot. Experiment. See what happens.